How's it going, mates? This is Mrjacharles. We're back with Clannad, Ichinose, our girl, library queen. We're back with her story. Now, previously, we actually went to school on a Sunday. Bad enough these guys have to have 6 working days, school days a week. You know, do Monday to Saturday. But you know what? Tommy wanted to take it a step further. He wanted to come in on a Sunday as well. No break from school. No day off. No! Which is just very concerning for me as a human being. But I guess he cares as much about this library girl. Well, we did that. And now heading towards the library. Not much more to say. Anyway, as the library door comes into view, I realize something very important. Maybe the library isn't open on Sundays. Well, break in. When's it ever open? It always says closed. Even if it's poorly managed on weekdays, it must be different on weekends. The managing teacher must have locked it up. Yes, it's not open. How are you going to get in? Here. She takes something from her skirt pocket. I take it and see that she gets handed the key. You sure there shouldn't be like some kind of rule against students having like access to the property? I mean, I get that she's a responsible human being. I just don't know. You'd think there'd be a law against it. Okay. Attached by a string, a plastic label reads, Library Main Entrance. It's specially made just for Kotomi-chan. It's obviously an official school key and not specially made just for Kotomi-chan. I turn the plastic label over. Kotomi is written on the back in black oil-based marker. You wrote this yourself? Yeah. I want to pretend I haven't seen this. I better ask now, I'll definitely regret it later. How did you get this? I used to borrow a key every day, but then the librarian gave this one to me. What? Does the librarian even have, like, permission to do that? I guess it was more for the weekdays. I mean, who'd, like, what sane human being would go to the library on a Sunday at school? I'm just saying. You know, at my old school, Portchester, it's named something else now because they eliminated it, changed it because some bad stuff happened there. They actually had shutters, like shop shutters, so like you'd like pull it down and then the kids couldn't go in or out. Like, I think just when the librarian wasn't in, and then probably like, at the end of the day as well, but you know. You wouldn't think a library would need shutters. I mean, they don't have that in Vietnamese schools. Okay, are you sure that's all? I was very, very diligent, so the librarian made me an honorary library assistant. Well, that's very nice. Are you sure you weren't very, very annoying and the librarian just got tired of dealing with you? That sounds more likely, but I prefer the other story that Kotomi came up with. In any case, I'm glad to know that she didn't obtain it through illegal means. I'm very competent. I clean every day, organize books, and let's unlock the door. Listening to her would take all day, so I decided to go inside. While looking for the keyhole, I noticed that there's a gap between the door and the wall. I place my hand on the door and slide it open easily. I look at her. I'm the honorary library assistant. I sometimes forget to lock the door. Nani? Surely, like, she only gave you this key because she trusts you. I don't know how I feel about that. She's pretty incompetent at her job, yeah. Amazing she's such a great student. And, such a great library assistant. I actually don't like to lock the door. Okay, you mustn't also like security then. It's not a matter of whether you like it or not, or like to or not. Looking back, I was able to come in and out of the library because of her. You were probably only thinking about your books. Step, step, step. She sidles past me and goes inside. And she's not listening. I'm used to this by now and just follow in behind her. Yeah, why not? Leave her to it. Get the violin out. Get Sherlock Holmes' little violin lessons. Brilliant. I know I'm going to miss the song when I'm gone. Well, when I'm gone, when this is gone. Or when I'm gone, I don't know, a plane could crash into me or something. But, well, right now, it's kind of irritating to keep hearing the same thing all the time. Phew. She stops at the side of a bookshelf and lets out a sigh of relief. Then she turns to me. I feel so happy being surrounded by books again. Wait just a second, Tomoya-kun. She runs off to the librarian's desk. She takes out the mop and begins Really? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense why you clean this place now. You're trying to be a member of staff. Good for you. I sit down on a nearby seat and put the key and bag on the table. I look at the key's label again. Kotomi. The handwriting has large round letters, as if written by a child. I turn my head and look out a window. The sunny sky makes the rain yesterday seem like an illusion. The bright light is softened by the curtains as it reaches the wooden floor. She continues to slide them up across the floor again and again. What do you do in the morning? Lots of stuff at home. She answers while mopping. I wonder if she means she does housework. Since she makes her own lunch boxes, I'm sure she keeps her house in order. Aha, it must be a lot of trouble. Yeah. Have you ever hung out with others? Yes. Her answers are vague, possibly because of her attention is focused on cleaning. She's mopping an even larger area than before. I'm staring at her in a daze. After a while, she finally finishes cleaning. Good for her. She puts away the mop and brings out her cushion. She takes a pile of books out of her bag and puts them on the table. Picking out each book one by one, she makes a circle on the ground. She dusts off her cushion and throws it in the middle of the circle. Here we go, here we go! She stands on one leg to take off a sock. Whoa! She almost trips and hops around on one leg. Not very safe after you just mop the floor. Could find a little puddle somewhere. Phew! Here we go! She manages to become barefoot. Now she's ready. Why am I staring at her? Wasn't I going to find an empty classroom to kill time in? Looking at things objectively, aren't I just in her way? Weird feelings are welling up inside of me. Feelings of nostalgia and guilt are mixing deep inside my mind. Well, guilt maybe because you're kind of here and, you know, she might not want... Even that doesn't even make sense. Why nostalgia? Why does this seem familiar to you? I mean, I know this is like the second, third time this has happened, but like... Well, it's not like a yearly thing. It was like literally the past few days this has happened. That's not really nostalgia talk. I think I've experienced these exact emotions before. I think it was... When I come to my senses, I realize that she's staring at me. Okay, so we've got some kind of like long-lost distant memory of someone that used to do this kind of thing as well. Are we going to talk about Tomoya's mum at long last after playing this game for over 200 episodes? Okay, on the floor, the sunbeams are shimmering like a ring of fire that went down, 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 and the flames, they went higher. Why? Why did they do that? I don't know. I guess that's what happens when you burn and there's oxygen and fuel in the room. I feel like I shouldn't be here. Ask if it's alright to stay. Do that. Hey, is it okay for me to be here? I mean, like, if I want to get to know her and I want her to like me, then I have to make sure I do stay here somehow. She's totally confused. This is the library, so any student at this school is allowed to freely enter. She gives a big smile. Yeah, it really answers the question. I meant, was I bugging you? Am I annoying? I could point out several issues, like how the library is supposed to be closed, or how the school shouldn't be open today, but that's not the problem. I'm the honorary library assistant. You already said that. She looks at me seriously, and I'm thrown into confusion. Do I really need to be here? All I did the other day was take part of your lunch. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't bring lunch today. I didn't say that because I'm hungry. Is that so? She seems relieved, but also dissatisfied. We keep wandering off topic. Hey, listen carefully before answering. Yeah. In other words, are you happier when I'm here? Out of desperation, I ask her a loaded question. Yeah. She nods as if that were a given, but I made it sound like a, no. Sorry, a narrative of Clannad. I clearly am not a faithful narrator. It makes me very, very happy. Yeah, don't get an erection, you strange girl. A few things wrong with that sentence, but you know. And then she gives her usual subtle smile. Alright. In the end, I decide to stay. Well, that's good of you. I can't really change how useless I am, though. What is it now? Tomoka, would you like to read? I'm guessing that's a yes. Okay, it is. Well, I have time to kill, so trying something new might not be bad. Are there any books you'd recommend? The moment I say that, her face lights up. I mean, that's very nice, but he'd never do this. He'd never do this. Okay, in that case, she examines each and every book she brought. Which do you prefer, English or French? Well, it's a good thing I can speak both of those. Je parle français, and I speak English. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, it must be. Don't judge others based on your own standards. Keep the books in Japanese, please. Do you mind if they're Japanese translations? Whatever. I give a half-assed answer. In that case, she chooses a book. I recommend this one. What kind of book is it? In short, it examines human consciousness from a quantum mechanical perspective as something that isn't algorithmic and cannot be replaced with a computer. That's the kind of book it is. Great, good I asked. I have no clue what you're saying. There's quantum mechanics, Schrodinger's cat, that kind of thing. It's very, very exciting! Reading it will make you tingle with excitement. Okay, she apparently has abnormal fetishes that I don't understand. Fetish is a bit of a strong word, but I'll take it, it's technically right. Do you have any more normal novel? Do you have a more normal novel or something? A normal novel? She tilts her head to the side with a blank look, as usual. Like a best-selling book or something. Next, she selects an old book with a black cover. It looks way too grim to be a bestseller. This isn't exactly a novel, but it's a bestseller in a lot of different countries. You haven't got Twilight out or something, have you? What the hell did you pick? Isn't it hard to read? Not at all. Both kids and adults read it. A dark book that both kids and adults read. Well, I'd say Alice in Wonderland, but that's always a nice colourful book. Is it Harry Potter, maybe? It's really thick. There are lots of stories in it. Oh, is this Brothers Grimm, right? The fairy tales? Like Red Riding Hood and all that? My favourite one is about Noah's Ark. I'm sorry. Did you just give me the Bible? Well, I mean, like, you know, great book to recommend. I guess it just kind of took me by surprise. I look at the title carefully. It reads Old Testament. Well, I mean, it is a bestseller, technically. Amen. I chant that and push it to the edge of the desk. Ah, well, now you're going to go to hell. You're rejecting the good word of the Lord. Are you even Christian? I also have the Quran. It's a bestseller in a lot of different countries. I had the Ramayana over there. Wow, you're really giving me all the stuff I actually want to... I actually like reading, like, popular text. I've actually read the Bible from start to finish. Job is the best. But I didn't actually know about the Quran. Well, heard of the Quran, but I never heard of the Ramayana. It's a bestseller in a lot of different countries, so you say. Apparently not the West that much. They're all wonderful. She's having a one-man religious war. There's nothing you don't read, huh? Yeah. She answers without hesitation. Is she what they call a true book lover? Don't you have anything thinner and easier to read? One that would fit me perfectly? Maybe the Quran? In that case, she looks at my face. She thinks deeply. Look, I tried talking about the Quran because I wanted them to mention that because that's another religious book I've read. I didn't mean any offense by it. I want to say that now. I don't want to have a religious warfare in this video. I doubt anyone will watch this video, but just in case, I like the Quran, okay? It's a good book. Anyway, let's forget I said anything. She is now having a lengthy meditation session while staring at my face. Man, you really like pausing, don't you? That's the longest pause I've ever seen. Might have to, like, go out and go for a walk. But still going, are we? Still pausing. All for that. That's the result of all this. All those dots sacrificed for She seems to have arrived at a conclusion. Yeah, after like centuries, millennia has passed, we're now in the present information age. You might not find one here. Thank you very much for that ruthless answer. Alright, I'll go find something to read on my own. And with that, I think I'm going to end the episode. Give Tommy a chance to find something after, recovering from that long-winded that we had to experience right there and then. But if you want to play games to see if you can find a good book to read, I recommend many. I like Call Me By Your Name, but that might be a bit gay for some people. There'll be a link to the game in the description down below. I mean, I guess other books include Way of the Way, Alice in Wonderland, Harry Potter series. I mean, that's the classic. I just want to think of something that people haven't actually heard of that much, like Alice in Wonderland. And without further ado, look up books crunch as it's time. See ya!